Hi guys and welcome back to a new episode. Today we will be looking at Tamiyo, Compleated Sage. She's a very unique planeswalker in that she's one of the first planeswalkers to ever have the Phyrexian mana cost in its cost, and also a hybrid cost, which is quite unique and interesting. So you can pay the hybrid cost using green, blue or 2 life, and if life was paid this way, it enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters. So you can go in many directions with Tamiyo, but she provides a lot of unique strategies that we haven't really seen before in Simic. Her -X ability exiles a non-land permanent card with mana value X from your graveyard to create a token copy of that card. So bear in mind it says non-land permanents, you can get literally anything. You get creatures, planeswalkers, enchantments or artifacts. Very special and unique space. So she's pretty cool like that. The +1 taps an artifact or creature down, which means it can't attack her on their turn, which is really useful form of protection. And the ultimate is quite interesting in that she makes an artifact, legendary artifact token with spells you cast cost 2 less to cast and tap to draw a card. So with that direction, you could make a colourless deck with her. But the direction I've gone with the deck today is more of a self-mill strategy. We've got a few things to do that. So we've got Tamiyo Collective Tales, which is really powerful. You can +1 to name a non-land card, reveal top 4 cards of your library, put all cards with the chosen name from among them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. So you're only going to ever get 1 from this in Singleton, but she's a good way of filling your graveyard. We've also got Gronock, which you may have seen previously. Whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, you can exile it with a Croak counter, and you may play lands and cast spells from among cards you own in exile with Croak counters on them. So this is single-handedly a really powerful way to just accrue lots of card advantage. In a deck like this, you're going to want a few ways to proliferate, and no better way than Rolesk Apex Hybrid. So it's 2 green, green, blue, flying trample, 4/5. Comes in, put 2 counters on a creature you control, and then when it dies, proliferate, then proliferate again. Things like this will be really useful for getting Tamiyo's ultimate off. You want to get this off as soon as possible, so the deck's going to have a few ways to do that. If you like the look of this deck, don't forget to look at the deck list in the description below. And then why not drop me a like and a sub to show me your support. If you are interested in what I think about the deck after the games, then stay tuned to the very end, where I will just go through some of my thoughts and see how the world did overall. So, I hope you enjoyed today's games, and I'll see you at the end, hopefully. So the opponent is going first with Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa. So I'll put money on it that this is the Shrine build that we keep seeing all the time now. It is funny how Shrines have overtaken Kenreth. I don't really know why. Like, I get that you can flash this guy in to protect a Shrine, maybe that's the main thing, but Kenreth seems to be so much more versatile. Ratchet Bomb goes to 1 so they can kill Helana or Elves. I guess the answer to that is play different mana CMC stuff. And if we go for... yeah, we'll go for the tap land now, because if they choose to kill the Elves, then we won't have the 4th mana. So we need untap mana. They're going for 2 now, okay. So now our Elves are safe. It's like a funny old mind game, the Ratchet Bomb. Search for glory. Let's see what they get. Land. Elspeth conquers death. Any saga. This card just gets better with time, doesn't it? I think I was definitely right getting a couple of these for Commander. I think they're going to go up in price. Restoration of Aganja is cool. Get some of planes. And it can return the Ratchet Bomb. Whoa, that's good. So... what if I could troll them with the Tamiyo? Let's troll them, because what this does is this taps the Ratchet Bomb, so if they don't get to untap, they can't actually use it now. I guess lol. It delays them a little bit. Is it going to be the Shrine build, I wonder? Could it be the second deck of the day, which is different? Could it be? Oh, binding. That's a shame. They always have binding, don't they? You notice that? You play your favourite card, binding. Okay, I guess we'll ramp this way then. Binding every time. Yeah, we'll go for the foretelling of the Raven form. Imagine this card says Storm Crow form. I mean, that looks like a crow to me. Like, if this was a distance away and you saw this, you'd go, oh, look at that. Look at that crow. Unless you were, like, really into birds. Languish? What even is this deck? Languish? I've not seen Languish for years. What a great card. What the hell? So aggressive. So aggressive. Okay.
Like the phases of the moon, life waxes.
Choose a non-land card name. Okay, we'll go for something like, don't know.
To the library.
Let's go for Uro. Because Uro's good. In the graveyard, in the hand, either way. Yeah, they've really screwed us over with that. At least it ain't shrines, eh? Shrines would have been a lot worse. At least this is different. Restoration of a Ganjo, so get a plains. Next turn, discard a card if they do return a permanent cost 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So they can get back the Ratchet Bomb. And now they've got 4 mana open for a flashy Kyodai. Or maybe not. Okay, so Temple works well with Tamiyo because we know what's on top. But do we want this? That's the question. Do we want an Elysian Caryatid? I guess we can, can't we? That's +1 card either way. Anything better in the graveyard? We go for the Quandrix Cultivator and ramp again to make up for lost time. Or are they just going to counter something here? Right, let's try and cast Vanifile. If they, okay, they don't counter it. So, tell you what then, let's get something from the graveyard. We can get any card. So go for the Quandrix Cultivator. If we can resolve this in the following turn, it'd be quite nice because it means that we can then level this up to CMC 5 and then we've got Elder Gargaroth at that point. Weird deck, I don't know what's going on. They're going for the Guild Globe. Didn't expect that. I guess they get to draw a card, but Wrath of God, what is this? What is this monstrosity? Weird and wonderful. At least it's different. Okay. Let's go for the Quandrix Cultivator again then. I don't think I've ever been confused. Today's just gone strange. Everything on face has been a bit weird. So, get something back. Don't really want to. Let's try Uro again.
Let me aid your
Let's use the power of the keyboard this time. Keyboards are great, aren't they? Shout out to all my keyboard users. If they have another board wipe, that'd be pretty annoying. Fine. Let's go for the Caryatid. Next turn we can bring something back with Tamiyo. Some decent choices in there. Kiora Best of Sea God. Yikes. So once Kiora gets to level 3, they're going to steal one of our things, which is certainly something I don't want to happen. Although I've got Lazotep plating. Lazotep plating, mate. So they can't steal shit if I get this off. Artifacts and enchantments the deck, it seems. So they're gonna tap everything down in their next turn. Sure thing. Maybe get back the Prime Speaker now then. And then they're just going to kill Tamiyo anyway, aren't they? I mean, if they're just going to kill it anyway, I can't protect it, can I?
Follow the tracks of the wise.
And yes, I think, yeah, we'll pass to them. This is tough. Only because the Kiora Best of Sea God, though, really. If it wasn't for this, then wouldn't be too bad. We can add green. They won't untap in my turn, which is fine. Elspeth conquers death as well. That's annoying. 2 removal spells in a row. Okay. They're going to go for Tamiyo. Okay, fine. That's fine.
I have learned all I can here.
What is going on in this deck? I do not know. I don't know, guys. Can someone help me? Like, what is this deck? Is there something to this deck that I haven't seen? Like, I'm all for, like, rogue decks and stuff, but this is just all over the place. I guess it's got artifact enchantment. Maybe it's because Neon Dynasty cares about artifacts and enchantments, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. But then they don't have any payoff cards yet, so I don't know. So, ECD makes our spells cost 2 more in their turn, non-creature spells, and this goes off. So we need 4 mana to use the Lazartech plating. Let's Raven form this for now, because this is kind of annoying, isn't it? I guess we could do a few things. We just need 4 mana up, so just a land. Okay, fine. And dealing with this Kraken is going to be a nightmare. Yeah, let's not make those go up. Oh, Kiora. With no defense. I think we're screwed. So let's see what they target here. Of course they go for Prime Speaker Vanafar. At least we get to protect it, which is nice. What are they going to resurrect, though? They don't even have anything to resurrect. Stop the 8 damage, because that's stupid. Doomscar, for God's sake. For God's sake. Oh, Doomscar. Doomscar. So now they can just flash in the Kyodai EOT. Fine. I guess we're just going to sacrifice the Tamiyo then, aren't we? I suppose it gives us a bit of lifelink when they attack it with the Kyodai in their turn.
The future is written in
What do we want? We want... Got Grolnok. Grolnok seems pretty sweet, doesn't it? 4 mana. Let's go for the Grolnok. We've seen what that can do. If they attack with Kyodai, then they won't have a blocker. Woohoo! So yeah, when this guy attacks, mill 3, and then you can basically play lands and spells from the cards this guy mills, or whenever you mill, so pretty cool. As if they didn't have white mana. That's crazy. So yeah, they can pump this guy to make it an 8/8. So they could do 11 to face. Oh no, they have enough, don't they? Do they have enough? Okay, they've got enough probably. Do they have Woodbug twice? Let's see. What? White, blue, black. Oh, they didn't have enough. But now we get to tap it with Tamiyo. What? Okay, okay. We got a chance, guys. Tap this piece of poop. Alright, swinging with the Froggo. Oh, baby. Crazy. Right. Let's go for some stuff.
Let's dive right
Empty
into
our whole hand. Oh, that was nice. Yeah, because this comes in because there's 4 creatures. So the drawing with that was good. And we can also go for the emergent sequence. Right, guys. Can we come back from this? Come on, come on, come on. Just fade and attack. This feels nightmare. Okay. Still fine. Still fine. Still good. Operation Keep Tamiyo Alive. She needs to tap this son of a... Weirdly enough, Kyodai is safer for us on the battlefield because if it comes in with Flash, it's going to avoid our Sorcery Speed Tamiyo ability. So we have to be careful there. Put a counter on it. Lovely. They put a counter on Kyodai. So, this is just, look at this. Check this out. Ura comes in. 3 triggers. Absolutely glorious. Do you want to put a land in? Yeah, go on then. Absolutely glorious. So don't forget, tap that boy down.
Bow before
And I
Phyrexia.
think we want to swing in first. We want to see what Grolnok gets us. Grolnok saved the day, guys. Grolnok has saved the day. We even get a Frilled Mystic. What? It's got Flash. We can protect ourselves as well. How much mana we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's untap a land.
One drop ripples and grows.
If they have a board wipe, we're a bit screwed. But yeah, we go for the Galgaroth. Although actually, we're not screwed because we can just counter it. Oh, this is awesome. I can't believe this. Come on. They get to discard nothing from our hand. And they can't exile our graveyard yet. But that means that we have to get Ura out of the graveyard before this stage. So, have we just won? What can they do? Ooh. Frilled Mystic. Exile all graveyards. That's intriguing, isn't it? They chose to exile all graveyards in lieu of exiling all creatures in graveyards. That's flipping weird. That's actually probably... I mean, if that had resolved, where would that have got them? I don't really understand. Okay, so tap down the Kyodai.
Such an imperfect form.
Oh my god, we actually won that. Oh, that's a game and a half, that was. Awesome. We go first against Sona, Captain of the Peleus, so they're going to be a white-green enchantment build. Our starting hand is lovely because we have 3 lands and a Arcane Signet, which is going to ramp us into a turn 3 Quandrix Cultivator, which is pretty powerful when it comes in. Search a library for a forest or island to put into play. Really like that ability. And then we can even go for the Death Bonnet Sprout, which is another way to mill. So beginning of your upkeep, mill a card. Then if there are 3 more creature cards in your graveyard, you can transform it. And it becomes a 3/3. Beginning of your upkeep, you make a card from your graveyard. If it's a creature, put a counter on Death Bonnet Hulk. Pretty nice. So, do you know what? I think I'm going to go for Tamiyo instead. So we can really showcase the power of the Phyrexian mana here. Obviously, she does come in a bit weaker.
My flesh was a sickness.
But,
Now I am cured.
yeah, getting her
Our will
close
cannot be denied.
to the ultimate could prove to be really effective. Crowning Gold. So she now can't do anything and she is a useless permanent for now. So we're going to have to find a way to... what should we do? So maybe we go for the... Okay, we'll go for the Tatiova, I think. And then in the following turn, if we do get a land into play, we can draw a card as well. So sorry, my train of thought was disrupted by this card. I'm just trying to think of a way to get rid of the enchantment. There should be a few ways. I find that more and more enchantment type removal, like this, is becoming more and more common. Oh, okay, so Sona comes down, gives them a 1/1. Okay, so what can we do? We can go for a land to draw a card and gain a life with the Tatiova, so that's really powerful. Sona, if that deals damage, it draws a card. So if they give Sona all the glitters, things could get a bit scary. So for now, I think I want to protect my Tatiova. So I want to go for the Quandrix Cultivator this turn. And then we get a land, which gives us yet another card. And then we can keep up the dive down as well. And yeah, we're just going to pass the turn because we can't get through the 2-2 and the 1-1 that well anyway. Okay, so every time they go for an aura, Sona gets bigger and bigger, and eventually she's going to be humongous, so we're going to definitely need a removal spell for that. And that is a real shame that they did enchant our Tamiyo, because otherwise Tamiyo could be tapping down Sona. So they're going to be drawing a card off this as well. So do they have removal for Tatiova? If they do, we do have the protection spell. All the glitters on the 1-1, so that's diversifying the threats, which is kind of scary. Okay, ooh, Quandrix command can return a creature to its owner's hand. And it can also put 2 counters on a creature, so that could be pretty good. So let's first go for the command tower to draw and gain a life. Ooh, Neoform as well. So we can do a number of things here. Let's start with the Rolesque. And we can soup up our little mushroom dude. 3 mana left. I think I want to return the little creature and then put 2. So let's bounce the token and then we can put 2 counters on our Quandrix Cultivator. So yeah, we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket and then swing in. So yeah, getting rid of all the glitters is really important. Because this just kind of like exponentially gets crazier and crazier just for so little input. Okay, so now they're going to be able to fight Tatiova. So of course the one turn that we left to defend defenseless. Wow, they've got... Interesting. So they've enchanted our Rolesque. That's interesting. I can block this? Yeah, I don't think they read the card, did they? Because if you look at the wording, it says it gets +2/+2 as long as it's human, otherwise it can't block. It's... yeah, Rolesque is a human, I'm afraid. Damn. Next game then. Opponent goes first with old stick fingers, so it's probably going to be that combo deck that just gets one creature out and then we're screwed. So let's see if we can survive. When you cast it, reveal cards from the top of your library to reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard and put the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. Power toughness equal to the number of cards, creature cards in your graveyard. So yeah, you can see where we're getting with that. They've only got one creature and it's the creature they need. It goes to the graveyard and then they might be able to reanimate it or something like that. Skeleton, okay, not sure which build this is then. So once again, next turn we can go for a 4-drop, which is pretty good. The consistency of the 2 mana ramp in these colours is fantastic. 4-drop on turn 3 is what you want to do really if you're using green. So we ain't blocking that, no need. Dockside Chef. So they can sack an artifact or creature to draw a card. Okay. Yeah, let's go for the Quandrix Cultivator here first. So I could go for the Tamiyo, but because they're black and red, they probably have quite a lot of ways to kill it without having to attack it. So getting a blocker up is vital, because they've only got little dudes. Who else finds it weird that the Dockside Chef doesn't make food tokens? Slightly odd, right? Like, I get that the flavour here is cannibalism, or something along those lines, because there's an eyeball in the ramen that he's serving. But surely something like this would have been better on Innistrad. Unless there's a Japanese folklore tale that I'm not aware of. Could be. If anyone knows, tell me in the comments below what this could be alluding to. But yeah, for a set that's about bright, colourful things, having this random horror element is quite strange. So they made 2 dudes and they've brought that back to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so they're a token strategy. Are they token strategy or sacrifice strategy? Not really sure what direction they're going in here. Sure, and they threatened to attack there. Okay. So let's get Tamiyo out. Let's pay the full cost so we get +2 loyalty.
I am the hand that chronicles Phyrexia's
And yeah, we'll keep the Dockside Chef tapped.
You do not write this story.
So in this kind of game, we want to keep Tamiyo alive long enough to get her ultimate off, and then we can start drawing more cards and playing things out a lot cheaper. It's not one of the Planeswalkers where you can just get to the ultimate and win the game. It's a bit more unique and interesting than that, which is quite cool. Blood for Bones, what are they going to get back? What was in the graveyard? I'm not sure what's going on here. Either something fantastically powerful is going on and I'm not aware of it, or this is potentially the first time this deck is being used by the opponent. Which is fair enough, we'll have to start somewhere. That did seem like an unusual move, to be fair.
You cannot delay our victory.
Makes me want to be aggressive. But yeah, I'm going to just have to hold off because they could have just chump blocked my 3-4 anyway. Are they just trying to lull me into a false sense of security here and think, oh no, this is not going to be a threat, and then bam, create a Hoof Behemoth, I'm dead. It's happened before. I don't know if you guys can see this, but in the bottom right of this Tamiyo artwork, you can't see it on the zoom in, but there's a really weird image of a red-faced guy melting. Kind of freaky. Oh, this is interesting. So whenever we cast instant or sorcery, they get a copy of it unless we pay 2. Spicy. Yeah, you can see on the right here. Looks a bit like, weirdly, it looks like Ultron from Age of Ultron. It's like he's got those side bits on his cheeks. And what are they going to do? Are they going to swing in or? Okay, so we're going to go for Growth Spiral. We're going to pay the tax. So that means they don't get a Growth Spiral as well. And we'll put Lan into play. Why not? Not sure why that took that long. So we could proliferate first and then keep Tamiyo alive. Is that a good idea or not? Yes. Yes, I think it's a good idea. Right. So now we can ultimate and essentially draw more cards and play stuff for cheaper.
Into intelligence.
Sweet, and then yeah, we'll pass the turn. So now they can easily just attack and take out Tamiyo. But who knows, maybe we trade some stuff along the way. We've only got 3 mana up, so we can do one of our 1 mana spells and pay 2. Old stick fingers. Okay, so let's see. Seems like a fair deck, which is flipping confusing. You don't see decks like this, apart from on my channel. Not really. It's quite nice, actually. Attacking with those guys. Okay. Only 3. Well, X is number of creature cards in your graveyard. How many have they got? That's... Why don't they attack with everything then? Okay. Slightly weird. If their intention was to kill my guy, why don't they attack with one more thing? Yeah, sorry, that was just a very strange move. So we do lose the Paradise Druid, but they also lose the Wandering Archaic. Yeah. That's not too bad. Keeping Tamiyo is mega important there. And now we can cast spells without worrying about stuff. Free Mind Stone for free. Brilliant. So we want to tap the Stick Fingers.
Such an imperfect form.
I think I'm going to sack this to draw a card. Put a counter on a creature, then proliferate. Now this is lovely. Okay. So we'll put a counter on this, and then we can proliferate two things we have. And swing in, I guess. We've got 4 flying now, so cool. Let's see what they do. So they've got 2 attackers. Obviously they can just sack stuff to draw stuff. Oh, now they're going to get something back. Only a permanent, though. I'm still confused how I'm facing a fair deck. Like, most of the time when I play, I'm facing decks that are just OP AF. Okay, so they've got a really nice engine here with the skeleton with the chef. Iron Chef. And then they're not going to attack. So I might have some fighty going on here. Let's make this guy fight this chef. And that means that they can, if they want to sack a dude, they're going to have to sack it now. Pardon me. Remember to hydrate, guys. So let's proliferate. So it could turn out that this Marleaf Pixie is actually our win con here. Funnily enough. Always start with the draw. Always see your options. Vile Spawn Spider, that's nice. That mills stuff in our upkeep and can get us something back. So once again we can tap the old Stick Fingers.
You do not write this story.
And swing in with the Pixie. And I think before damage, I'm happy to proliferate as well. Seeing as our options are fairly limited in what we can do here. And it increases the clock. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 6 is, you know, you're going to do more damage just with an extra counter, so. Heraldic Banner comes out. I'm going to choose black. Thought as much. So we still have good blocks, and then the Wandering Archaic comes down. It's a good card, this is, but late game it's not so good because we can just pay the extra mana. Now we have Snakeskin Veil. It's tempting to... Okay, so now they choose to attack with everything. So block this thing and then block the skeleton, I guess.
You can try,
okay.
But you cannot change.
Let's hope we draw one on land. That would be good. So here comes a Skelly again. Okay, that would be a nice card to get back, I guess. We can exile something. First thing we do is we draw a card from this data pad. Okay, not quite what we wanted.
You cannot delay our victory.
Oh no, so this is the one you pay for, sack it, you get an insect for each creature in your graveyard. Okay. Let's go for a blocker. I could trick them. Let's do an ooh whoopsie. So this is one of my favourite things. Oh, I've accidentally attacked with a 3/4. They're not going to fall for it though, are they? Nope. So unless they can kill the Marleaf Pixie or do something else, then they're dead in the following turn. They can't even activate Lock Thwain that safely. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I guess the difference between 5 and 6 is 0 in this case, because they can just die from this either way. We've got only one creature in the graveyard, which is a shame. They've got their priorities all wrong. Like, let's say this is a removal spell and they do kill the Marrowleaf Pixie. How are they going to block the rest of the damage now? Yeah. Okay, so let's... block like this. Okay. What you got? Anything good? Whisper. A bit too late for Whisper, I'm afraid. But at least the deck was different, right? It's quite refreshing to see something new. Yeah. So props to you, M&E Force Mage, for not using the combo version of that. We go first against Helana and Elena. They're going to be an aggressive Brawl style deck. And our starting hand is pretty nice. We've got the ramp, which gets us into the Cultivator again, or the Tamiyo. Tamiyo Light, you could say. So against black, Tamiyo is good because this one says you can't be, you can't discard cards or sack permanents, which is really nice. But yeah, for now, let's just go for Into the North, which means we get a turn 4 play in the following turn, which is just what we want to see. So we could go for Tamiyo General, or we can go for Tamiyo in the hand, or the Cultivator. Not really sure which is the best option, though we are buying some time because they've got no creatures out yet. So maybe go for this Tamiyo for now. Go for some potluck.
Let us have a storied
And the
battle
issue with this
worth
is don't really know what to
retelling.
name because we have so many cards in the deck.
Let me aid your research.
I guess Elder Gargaroth's a nice hit. Let's see if we can get one of those. As Eve, what are the odds of that? I've never done that before. The top card was Elder Gargaroth. That is insane. That is crazy. Croaking Counterpart can exile stuff. Oh, sorry, become a copy of something from the grave. That was pretty good. And wow, that was freaky. That was freaky.
Seek and find.
What should we go for this time then? Marie of the Frost, that's a good one. Can get a copy of Elder Gargaroth. Nope, we don't hit that. And yeah, maybe just go for the Elder Gargaroth. Decent blocker. 6 toughness is going to be very difficult for red-green to deal with, because red-green is just renowned for fighting and dealing 3 to 4 damage. So here comes Helana, potentially giving it a +1 counter with the rhythm, which, oh yeah, so they have done that. So here's the interesting thing. We can also get a copy of Helana, so we could race it. This is kind of funny, right? This is weird. Okay, so apparently they can't deal with the frog version of their own general. That's brilliant. So if you've come this far, you obviously want to know how I feel about the deck. So welcome back. Tamiyo Compleated Sage, pretty cool, pretty powerful. The fact you can cast her for 5 or less than that is just really quite versatile. It's almost like you have 2 cards. It's almost like a split card. One is slightly stronger and that you got more loyalty. But being able to tap down an opponent's big threat is so powerful, and I don't think people give it enough credit. It's half removal, half taking the piss, because they can't use their general. It's probably the best ability on the card, funnily enough. Taps mana rocks, taps big creatures, taps indestructible, taps so much stuff. And look at the artwork. Artwork alone is really cool. Getting something out of the graveyard, didn't even get to use it that much, despite even having a few mill things. Maybe I was just building it with too low a curve to really get excited from that. But maybe if you had low mana, high power creatures, stuff like that could be good. Like maybe if you resurrected a Ronus, then that would feel awesome. You know, 3 mana 5/5. Any gods you resurrect would be awesome, to be fair. -7, pretty underwhelming. I kept drawing a lot of lands from this. Being able to cast off for 2 mana less does seem awesome as well, but again, it really depends how you build the deck. More expensive curve, maybe, might be better. So some of the cards in the deck that I think are standouts, obviously Grolnok. You've seen the gameplay for that. He basically won me a game by himself. I'm not sure if that's because Tamiyo is a good general or because Grolnok's just a really good card. But they do have nice synergy because you mill stuff and then she can resurrect it as well. Uro, obviously, everyone knows Uro. It saved me as well, being able to gain some life. So it's not really testament again to Tamiyo being a general, but it's just the support cards you can get. Let's look at some more specific stuff. So the proliferation stuff was really cool. The Rolesk, putting counters on, being able to proliferate is really nice. Even something as simple as Contentious Plan, draw a card, proliferate, really nice. So just think about that when you make something like this. Just little bits and bobs that all combine to make a greater deck than the sum of its parts. Yeah, not really much to say about this. Because it's quite a new general, I found it difficult to come up with something solid. But give it enough time, and once more support cards come out for it, we might see some interesting and more unique plays. But yeah, she's just a very solid card. It goes so many directions, and in a way it makes it really difficult to make a specific deck around it. But yeah, give it a go yourself. Don't forget to put some flashback stuff in your graveyard, in your deck, like Aftermath as well works the same. As long as you've got a graveyard package, something like this could be right up your alley. So yeah, drop us a like and a sub if you like what you see. Drop us a comment as well if you get lonely and want to talk. Go for it. Ask me any question you want. We'll see what happens. Until next time, guys. See you later. If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.